Hi guys, welcome back. So the market was another battle today, but it's also somewhat expected, right? Because during the whole week last week, I have been saying that it would most probably move up and down, and it did. So that's why we were watching out for the bull trap and only buy what we are comfortable with during the dip. So right now, we are backtesting this support line again, and we are expecting this support line to hold because so far every time it backtests this line, it always gets supported here. So if this support line is not holding, then it would be a quite bear signal. So if this support line doesn't hold, and if it drops below and does not bounce back up in a short time, that would be a dangerous signal. And I would suggest to exit first and wait for signal to come back in. For me, I will cut some position as well. Even the long-term one, I'll trim, just to stay safe so we can enter with more certainties. And after market, we can see the future just kept on dropping a little bit. So judging from here, it looks like it really can break the support here. So the following days would be quite critical. So it might be a good idea to set some stop loss on your investment at some key support area. At least the S&P 500 looks much healthier on the other hand, still making higher low, and even if it continue go down further, it still has a support here at 3,700. Dow Jones looking the best out of the three, so it's really just consolidating within this range to digest this red bar. A clear sector rotation from the tech stocks to the recovery and value stocks. Okay, let's look at our stocks. So Baby Neo had dropped also 4%. It was up and down 0 to 1% during the day until the Nasdaq was driven down in the afternoon near the end. So it dropped 3 to 4% near the end. So right now we see that it's getting a support on the previous low at $41, and at the same time the 120 moving average. So if it doesn't hold, it would seek the next support of 38. Next, EH. These 2 days, EH has officially dropped below the 60-day moving average. But let's hide the moving average. So it's still staying above this upward trend for a while. So today when it came back down to test the bottom range, I added a little bit more EH at 42 point something. So we'll see if it can hold this level, because it does have this previous low as a support at 40, and it has been dropping for a while without volume. So it looks like it's forming a bottom here. So we'll see, but I'm prepared for it to drop lower and I'll continue getting the dip. Next is ZEP. So it was driven down by the market and coming down to test this trend line. So that's why I ended up grabbing a bit more share at around 15.3. So we'll see if it can hold. If it doesn't, my next add-in price would be at 13 range. But ZEP is something I would continue adding in even during the correction. Luokung still holding quite strong during the correction, so the whole correction didn't really affect Luokung much, mainly because it has had quite many bad news already. So the next news that came out might be taken as good news. YSG is backtesting this range. It is looking not bad already considering the market situation. At least it's still much higher than the previous low, and it's not in the tech sector. JKS dropped almost 10% today. I guess everyone is getting worried. Now if we zoom out, the previous high was $41, and that was in 2010. So right now we're at the range of 10 years ago. Basically, that was already a huge drop. So if it drops below 41, the next support goes way down. So we'll see. Let's hope the market correction can be over soon and the market can start to make sense again, because I still think JKS is undervalued right now. And dropping to the stock price like 10 years ago doesn't make much sense, does it? Now, Baidu has officially dropped below the uptrend. If the market doesn't stabilize, the next support would be this 60-day moving average around 240 and the platform around 215. So you can decide whether you want to set a stop loss or continue to average down. Mesa is still going quite strong, completely ignoring the market correction. It hasn't shown signs of reversal yet, so I'm still holding on my shares and call option. But if it continue growing like this, I might have to sell off my options. What was growing even stronger than Mesa was ESE Entertainment, ticker symbol ESE for Toronto Exchange, and ENTEF for American Exchange. In despite of the huge market correction for all tech stocks, it was running up almost every single day strong. Until today, it has a big red candlestick. I took some profit already last week, so now I'm running with the profit. But this running down doesn't look good at all. So if it breaks through the 5-day moving average, I might consider getting out first and look for another entrance another time. It has gone from a few weeks ago from $1.2 to $1.4 into the highest of 4.5 today. So it's almost 4x already. So I'm more than happy to take some profit now. One of my new play, VIOT, has been holding quite strong above this support during the whole correction, going mainly sideways. So it's considered the least of the devil during this correction, especially how hard it has been hitting all the tech stocks. Now let's talk about LKCO. I think a lot of people have concerns about LKCO recently because it had been dropping almost every day with no signs of rebound. Of course, the market correction doesn't help. It's heavily hitting all the tech stocks, especially the small caps. So this morning I have received notice that all the brokers in Hong Kong are making investors sell off their position on LKCO. Something similar with the US investors from Merrill last week. So it was causing more panic selling. So I right away sent a message to the Discord and notified everyone to expect more selling off. So if we look at the 5-minute chart, now in the morning, it gapped down below significantly because the selling pressure already started in the pre-market based on that notice. So it was a lot of selling pressure and drove the price to 1.05 in the pre-market. But what surprised me was no matter how strong the selling pressure was, there was someone that's catching the falling knife, and the buying pressure was much stronger than the selling pressure. So the share price bounced back up quite fast, like a rocket. And then later on, because the Nasdaq was not doing well and drove down all the tech stocks, especially in the afternoon, driving everything down. But surprisingly, LKCO was still holding the whole time while all the other tech stocks were going down before the closing. So that's some good sign there. So I guess a lot of people were panicking and concerned. So it really washed more than I expected, driven by the market correction. And on top of that, the news of delisting from the Nasdaq based on the notice from the broker that a lot of people received and spread over the internet. So it's like what I said a few days ago. I think this fear was mostly driven by the fear of it getting delisted, which I have addressed in my videos over and over again. I said that only invest in this if you are well aware and prepare for this risk. So I have seen some members in the group starting to panic. That's why I arranged an interview with the company Luokung Technology, and they have helped address some concerns. So here I will tell you more about it. I wrote a quick note to send to the Discord first, and I saw that the screen cap got already spread on the forum of stock tweets and Reddit, I heard, after I posted it on the Discord. So now I will tell you more about the interview. So first of all, I think everyone is the most concerned about the blacklist from the Department of Defense. So here are some mistakes that they will address, because instead of March, it should be May, and they would probably clarify it within a week or so. So this would help us ease the urgency first. And then on the second thing is that we know that last week they have successfully closed 100 million fundraising through share offering to institution investors. And one thing we can know is that they are all bought by US institutions who have done thorough research on the company. They even sent a research team in China for that, and they have researched and understood the vision and the competitive advantage of the company before they took interest of this company. And on top of that, the institutions have already evaluated the possibilities of the company turning around the blacklisting issue, and they think it's a higher possibility to remain listed in NASDAQ. So that's why they went ahead to proceed the investment in Luokung technology. So it means the institutions have confidence that LKCO can remain listed, and we know that once these institutions are invested in Luokung, they would more than likely offer help for LKCO to remain listed in the NASDAQ because it would benefit all parties. Now, there are a lot of things that they cannot disclose at this moment, but they would for sure be more engaging to the public. Starting from this year, because mainly last year they were having some issues they were still trying to address. For example, they were hit heavily by the COVID because a lot of the contracts were put on pause. So it would explain why they had some issues with the balance sheet and cash flow at the same time. It was under the attack from the COVID last year. So that's why they have not been engaging with the press and investors for some time. And also, they have helped me confirm my understanding on the advantage of Luokung technology in the industry in terms of the vision and the positioning of the company. I'll give you an example in terms of how the technology of the HD map and the super engine is playing an important role in the whole ecosystem in the future. And also in this video I did a week ago, when I said that Imago had a huge advantage being the only one among all the strong players to be detached from the major EV brands without the conflicts of interest, like Baidu, Tencent, and Gouder, for example. So they have helped me confirm that this is really a big advantage for them to work with a lot of EV brands right now. And it's kind of a key factor. So yeah, they have helped me confirm my understanding and believe on this company, and it had also helped put my mind more at ease. So I hope I can share this information to you, and hopefully you can form a more comprehensive understanding on this company and also address the risk and reward for your investment here, so you can make a more calm and informed decision to have less panicking and more understanding and analyzing. Okay? Now, if you have enjoyed this video, please give me a big like and write me a great comment, and I will see you tomorrow. That's it, guys. Hope you can find my videos helpful. Make sure you subscribe to my channel and give me a big like. Thank you.